evening. Welcome to Emma's Floor. Tonight, what I want to do, I'm gonna practice a look, and I just want to do it where I can go shower afterwards. Quick, I'm gonna put on the birthday cake glam light glass. So this is the end of my evening, pretty much. I've been wanting to come on and do some get ready with me's, but it has not worked out that way, and I'll explain what's going on as I do my look for tonight. Really quick, some empties. Empty of the rice wash from Tatcha. I have my replacement ready to go for that. This is a multiple repeat purchase. Use it in the morning. Love the scent, love the gentle exfoliation. So it's a repurchase. I have an empty of the Olaplex number 5. This is the conditioner. I did pick this up through the Ulta, the 21 days, their sale. I picked up the Briogeo scalp scrub, and it was half off. It was at the 50%, and then I picked up a replacement of this. I had a coupon for $10 off, so it ended up being $6 instead of $16 for this is the travel size. And then, lastly, this is the night for CeraVe, the facial moisturizing lotion PM. I like this. I like the fact that it's just in a pump. Nicely moisturizing, not too heavy. I do have the Skin Renewal Cream version of this also that's a little heavier, but I'm just working through all of my back stock of different skincare because I have been on a low buy. So anyway, the last thing that I played with was I've been trying to beat the FOMO on the new Betty Lisa Eldridge palette. So I got this out. This is the Holiday Sweets from Glamlight that has some sparkly purpley pinks. And then I got out my Myth palette from Lisa. And I was using the Deep Plum and this more of a purple silvery color of a shimmer. Got a pretty good look out of that. Always love the packaging on this, and I've been jonesing all about that Betty palette, but it's expensive and we're not quite there. We're still doing the low buy. The Sephora sale is coming up, and that's also I'm probably gonna repurchase my Vegamore shampoo and conditioner. So it looks like what I'm doing is just replenishing my stock instead of getting all excited about more makeup, but it's been hard. There's some stuff that's really gotten me. I'm going to go ahead and use my New Moon palette here. My partner and I have been watching the New Moon, well, not New Moon specifically, the whole saga. He's never seen it. I haven't seen in a long time. It's funny how things age. The idea is that there's a lot of things in that film, that both the original and the rest of them, that you're like, well, that didn't age well. So anyway, but what we're gonna do, I want to do a deep smoldery using the blacks and the reds, mostly the matte, but then a touch of the color. So this is Soul Reader. So we're gonna start out with that. So the big thing is just I wanted to be able to play, wash it off, and then, you know, I just have been wanting to play. So it's lately things have been pretty strange. So the long and the short of it is that I've been looking for different work. Right now, Hollywood's hit really hard. And I usually have a recruiter that I work with, and she said that the regular businesses are not really, they're a little bit scared off about hiring people out of the Hollywood industry because they're afraid that they'll go back. And so that's kind of rough. that way. And then I'm going to try and go on the inside corner too here. So that's happening. I've been working on a rewrite of a script. It's coming out really well, but it's hard being optimistic. It's out getting read by some different people right now. But trying to stay optimistic, it's kind of tough. And I know lots of people have it tough right now, and being optimistic is hard sometimes, just in general. But we're doing the best we can. That's, the trying to keep my mind right. Some of that is why you haven't seen me doing a lot of videos lately, because just trying to stay in that good frame of mind, it's taking a lot of energy. And I want to make sure that I maintain that for myself and my partner and our puppy. Always, if I can't do it for myself and I can't do it for my partner, at least I can do it for my puppy. She doesn't have anybody else to buy her treats, so I've got to make it happen. Anyway, so I feel like I've been massing my energy. If you're familiar with the term escape velocity, that's the amount of energy that anything that you're launching into space has to have to break through the Earth's orbit, the magnetic pull of the planet, and out into space, where they're no longer being sucked around into orbit. That's the escape velocity, and I feel like I've been working on that, and so there's not a lot of, between keeping my mind right, looking at work, and then trying to focus on building some energy for this exit strategy. It's taken a lot of my energy. So there hasn't been a lot left to be here. The other thing, if you're thinking about more molecular sorts of things in an atom, the amount of energy it takes for an atom to change its orbit around the nucleus, also of interest. But the other, I've been thinking about, okay, so I'm gonna reference some cheesy movie, Joe versus the Volcano. It's Tom Hanks. It's a fable. So if you try and watch it like you're going to be watching an actual real story. Okay, we're going to paper cut right here. It's not, you're not going to get a normal story. You're going to be getting a fable. But I really love it. And during the film, towards the end of it, oh, I dumped it. I accidentally got in the sparkly red. Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan are on this island with the volcano, the Big Woo. And the Waponis needed somebody to jump into the volcano to appease the gods and not have their island sink into the ocean. So Joe has been hired to jump into the volcano. And Meg Ryan was the ship captain that was bringing him to the island. And they fall in love. And then he's getting ready to jump in the volcano, and she's like, "Don't jump, I love you, I want to marry you." He's like, "I gotta jump," And so that's the, she's like, "Well, then I'm gonna jump with you. We're gonna jump into the Big Woo, and we're gonna see. We don't know what's gonna happen. We're just gonna jump, and we're gonna see." So if you like fables, you should watch the film. But if you don't, then you can watch some other Tom Hanks movie and enjoy it. But I really love it. And I feel like this whole jumping in the Big Woo, that's what I'm working on. I do not know how I'm going to be putting together this jump, but that's what I'm looking at. Don't know where it's going, don't know how it's happening, But this is something that I've been trying to work on because I'm going to do the center, but I'm going to go along the undersides of this too. I don't know how, if it, because it's a deep cranberry, how it'll really show up. We're going to find out. So I'm going to bring this down a lot. What I've been trying to work on is a plan that's much bigger than myself. It's the idea of, it's really the idea of, it's a self-interest, but it's an enlightened self-interest. So it's the idea of I get my needs met best when I help other people get their needs met. So I'm trying to figure out how to get people to work in Hollywood, how to create jobs. And I do not have the capital. I just have the vision. So it's trying to figure out how to reach out to people that have capital that want to invest in this vision with me. So we're seeing how that's going to go. I'll keep you posted. All right, so now we've got this sparkly red. So I think I want to try and just put it a little here, and then I think I want to put the red in the corner rather than going to the mood control. The mood control is like the whitish, but it's not super bright, especially, let me take a good swatch of it. So it's bright enough, I'm not saying that, but if I'm making, I don't know. It's that kind of day. Okay, there we go. I don't know that I want the brightness of it. I think that I'm getting too much lightness in my crease here. So let me go, let's do the deep red first. Let's focus. So this idea of enlightened self-interest, I'm trying to take this down the rabbit hole. What does it look like if I'm getting my needs met and I'm helping other people get their needs met? And how does this work? So that's where a lot of my focus and my energy and all of that is going. I've been, okay, let's take this here. So this is not going to brighten us up because it's still fairly deep, but it should make it a little sparkly, theoretically. Maybe let's try a finger for this. Okay, so this is, yeah, I don't know. But I've been trying to, one of the things that I tried to institute as far as a mantra for me is that I'm an idea generator. That if someone, you know, ooh, now that side popped out. Okay, let's try this on this other side a little more fervently. Okay, yeah, that's, okay. All right, now I feel like I need something fluffy. I need to work on this transition up here. It's been very interesting though. I've been trying to meditate every day to help me through this process and to also get that idea generator working. Okay, this is the Marry Me, which is just, it's a beige. I'm not sure why the beige is the Marry Me shade. I would think that it would be a little more exciting, but be that as it may. We just finished the first part of Breaking Dawn last night, and my partner is working tonight on a little indie project. They're working on this new idea of vertical storytelling, which is basically if you're making things for being on your phone. But he's helping a friend who's wanting to learn how to direct. So that's what he's doing tonight. Okay, I think I actually want to bring in some of the dark into the crease. So we're going to use the fluffy brush again and carefully and see if I can't. So hopefully, with the construct of helping other people get their needs met, to meet my own needs, we can attract people that want to be in partnership, that have the same goals, the same ideals, that sort of thing. The idea being that we can all have a win-win, and that economics doesn't mean that one person is winning and the other person is losing. That good economics can be that win-win. Okay, so I'm gonna take this. Let's do the sparkly red, and then we'll do the white. So bloodsuckers. Let's see if we can do this in the corner. Does that show up? Don't know. I tried to make the lights so it wasn't blinding anyone. So it may be hard to read for both of us of whether I'm getting that appropriately in my tear duct. Just the way that my hand placement happens, tend to, because this is on the opposite side, tends to get a little bit more pull through of that. Okay, and then maybe let's see if we can get a pencil brush and do the white. So anyway, the long and the short of all of that, to sum up, no, it's too, takes two. What is that, the Princess Bride quote? Let me sum up. No, it's too long. I think I'm totally getting that wrong. Like I said, it's been a fairly long day. Okay, we're taking the mood control, and we're gonna see what we can do in the corner. So that's why I haven't been filming as much, is because I've really been conserving energy trying to do this leap. I don't even know that does it show up? I don't know. Okay, let's try and see if we can put just a little bit along the lash line, see what that does. I don't know if that does anything. Let's try the other eye. Okay, so let me see if I can take the soul reader. Build that up. With the pencil brush. Okay. So I'm very interested to see what you guys are doing. How are you keeping your mind right? How are you working on your game? So I'm trying to figure out my NBA team, the Heat. It's a great team doing really poorly. They've had a lot of stuff going on since the leaving the ouster of Jimmy Butler. And hopefully we're going to be playing them on Tuesday. Hopefully that will go well. But I'd really like my team to be figuring it out, because by the time you get into the NBA, okay, I feel like that works. The idea being that you have a lot of people that are really good basketball players, and if something isn't going right, it's probably mental. especially since they keep playing really, really well up until like halfway through the fourth quarter. Like their game with Boston, they were competing all the way through. They get about halfway through the fourth quarter and then just implode. Like you can't you can't make a basket to save your life. And I don't know what that's about. It's a lot of new personnel. It's a lot of people having to shift their gameplay since we've moved on from Jimmy Butler. But it makes me think about this too, is like my partner and I are really trying to work on our game. We're trying to keep our mind right, you know. I keep thinking in my head the mantra, may your hand be steady and your mind be right. I feel like that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to figure out what is our game? How do we impose it over the other team, saying, okay, this is what we believe, this is our vision, this is our strategy, this is our, you know, clear commitment to this kind of a vision and a life. You know, how do we do that? And also maintain that desire for a win-win strategy for everybody, which is not basketball. You know, there's no tie in basketball. My soccer team is doing well, my football, but everything else not so much. So, and you can tie in football. You can go 0-0. You can do all sorts of things that you can't do in other sports. So that's at least a bright shining spot, you know, with the football. We're Inter Miami fans, so we're just keeping it all into Miami for that. So I don't know. I'm interested to see what you guys are doing, how you're keeping your mind right, what fun you're having. Are you having fun? Hopefully you're having fun. Hopefully somebody's having fun. Please have fun. Have some fun. If nothing else, like with me, I'm walking the dog. That's the, you know, it's my excitement. Okay, so how did this turn out? Not too bad. I think the effect, you know, is the sparkly red in the middle. That's interesting, but I don't know, like, I kind of like things that are popping right now. So it might be something that, you know, if I were building the eye up again, I would do the black, then a white center, and then try and do the sparkly red on the side of that. So it goes from the sparkly red to the blingy white. So it's really popping. I don't know. It was fun though. Now I'm gonna go shower and take it off. My nail polish, this is Mooncat. This is the from the Star Wars The Dark Side collab. This is Galaxy Far Far Away. I did not magnetize this, so it's all just the color without the magnetized sparklies that make it look like planets. But I was just feeling this. It was a game time decision. I was gonna put on Not Today Satan again, because I'm loving that color way too much. But I decided, okay, we'll do something else. And experiment. So we're experimenting. I cut my nails and they're all short and we're all in the galaxy now. So anyway, let me know what you're doing, how you're keeping your mind right, what you're playing with, how's your makeup going, are you doing a low buy, high buy, what's up? All right, well, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.